Greetings in the name of Almighty God and His Son. A pleasant and wonderful evening, UNC family! But before I get into what, because I have 10 minutes, I want to be straight and to the point. I must do the formal thing, because I must pay respect where respect is due. I want to first and foremost acknowledge our chairman for tonight's proceeding, our brother, Councillor and Deputy Mayor, Brother Shankar Tilak Singh. Let's hear it for Brother Shankar. I want to acknowledge the Mayor of Saparia and the opening batsman here this evening, Brother Dundat Meru. I want to also acknowledge all of the workers and their unions, starting with Transport and Industrial Workers Union. Comrade President, pleasant night. I want to acknowledge as well the Public Service Association. All the big up PSA, man. Big up PSA. I want to also acknowledge we have a union that's missing. A union that right in front here. I want to acknowledge my President General and the executive of the oil fields workers and all trade union. I want to also acknowledge the chairman of the United National Congress, Brother Dave Tanko. The General Secretary of the United National Congress, Brother Peter Kanai. I want to also acknowledge as well all of the executive members that are present of the United National Congress. I'll give them that kind of respect and blessing, man. Two more. I know the same time, but two. But you see, respect is something that I have. Two more. To my brother that came at a moment's notice, the candidate and next member of Parliament for Tabakit, Council, Attorney at Law, Brother Sean Sobers. And if I leave out anybody, enough respect, enough blessings, and I want to acknowledge you. So acknowledge and big up yourself. Because I leave one man for last. I leave him for last as I did the last time. My comrade and fellow running mate, the next member of Parliament for the constituency of Labrie, Comrade Clyde P. Elder. Let me get down to business. Because in between, I'm going to be bigging up some other people. Let's go. Brothers and sisters, they say the voice of the people is the voice of Almighty God. And I want to thank the voices of Point Fortin through our walking. All of the people that we have been to Hollywood, Captiville, Fanny Village, and yesterday we walked through Tiche, and we heard the voices of the residents of Tiche. And the voice was simple, you know. Yellow is the? Yellow is the? I will be talking. Or let's say it again, because I see somebody put up something on social media that I have about 2 people here. Yellow is the? I will be talking about, man. You see, brothers and sisters, we were in Tichet. And without any set of fancy talk here this evening, I pledge here to defend the people of 10th Street Extension, and all of the residents who came out, because it is alleged that because they choose to support yellow, it is alleged, and I'm glad I have lawyers in the audience here, that the people who currently in power, it is alleged that they are talking to their cohorts in Heritage in an attempt to try to move out some of these residents should they win elections. It is alleged. I hear so. And we are saying that we are not going to accept any victimization of anybody that's supporting UNC. Nobody. Let's continue. I want to salute the young men, the over 50 young men that came out yesterday evening, and they were so animated. A whole street, brothers and sisters in Tichet, 50 of them, and I'm not exaggerating, the video is on social media, and they came out saying what? Yellow is the? Yellow is the? So, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ernesto Kezar. Many workers in Trinidad and Tobago, not only in Point Fortin, they just know me as Prezi. Yes? So that immediately after getting the reports of a certain meeting that took place yesterday, where my counterpart, my little brother, and I want to let her understand, our President General dealt with it already, so I'm not going into that. But my little brother attempted to besmirch my good name. Yes, big word, besmirch. Yes. And when I listened to some of the little tidbits, I saying in my mind, wow, I'm not going to go down there. You know why? Because, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I'm not going down there. No. What I will say, though, is that I am happy that we are standing right in the back door. That's why I'm glad we came here. Because as they went on a tirade saying all manner of things, we standing up in the back door, we sitting down right behind the office, brothers and sisters, and we are saying what? Yellow is the? Thank you. So, I forgive you, little brother, for all of the strange things you said last night. I forgive you. And we wouldn't go there. What we will do, however, we would not make the mistake when we are in power to treat our supporters as they are not valuable. We will not make the mistake to only reward persons who work hard in the vineyard with you over the last 10 years. Only reward them at Christmas time with a little food card and a little 10 days. No. People are worth more than that in this constituency, brothers and sisters. And we shall be a member of parliament and a government for all, not only for UNC. After the 28th of April, when we become the member of parliament for Point Fortin and the member of parliament for Labre, we shall be the members of parliament for those two constituencies. We will support everybody that needs support. You know why? Because when UNC win, that's right. We are going to set the standard. We're going to set new standards. We're going to make sure, and I'm quoting from the labor agenda of the United National Congress and the Coalition of Interest. We are going to set a living wage. Instead of a minimum wage, a living wage. Brother Soba spoke about the difficult for people just to live. Your Prime Minister, not no next Prime Minister, you know. Our Prime Minister, Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, has given a commitment to make sure that we set a living wage. This is the workers' agenda, look at here. And that we are going to make sure that people who work hard, they're able to see the fruits of their labor. Because for the sweat of thy brow, thou shalt eat bread, brothers and sisters. And that we will make sure that there's dignity restored. But it must start in Point Fortin. Because in Point Fortin, brothers and sisters, too many people have been taken for granted and abused by the people that they support. And I'm saying this, let me go straight to Trinma. I probably know so much about Trinma. Yet I hear on the radios and on the social media, people who cannot even spell the word oil are experts. Experts. And they pontify and they go and they make all these pretty videos. Yes? And they talk to you. But let me explain one little fact, brothers and sisters. Trinma, Santa Flora, Pinal Barakpur, Guayari, Point Fortin were all producers of oil and gas, and that oil and gas went to one place, the refinery. You had Bernstein, and from Bernstein to the refinery. And I'm seeing some former refinery operators and production operators in the audience. So that when this gentleman, who is the shortest term prime minister, says that they didn't shut down Petrotrin, let me explain something to you. When you shut down the refinery, effectively you shut down Petrotrin, because the oil that was being produced in the fields went to the refinery, and the refinery collected all the local crude and mixed it with some foreign imported crude to provide the right appetite for the refinery to produce all of the products that we would have sold now to get foreign exchange. So when there's no refinery, brothers and sisters, yes, effectively you destroy Petrotrin, brothers and sisters. So don't let him fool you. Don't let that gentleman fool you. Let's continue. I would like the current administration to explain to Point Fortin. They're touting about their performance, and I'm not doubting, I'm not questioning no man's performance. I don't have any authority to do that. Yes? But that $200 million that was spent on different projects, can you please explain, tell us how many people from Point Fortin got work from those projects? Right? How many? No, it must have had. And how many contractors were employed to do these projects? What was the bidding or the contract arrangements? Can you please share it with me, sir, or sirs, or ma'am? Because you claim that you have done this and have done that, and I'm not questioning what you have done or what you have not done. But the last time I checked, that is state funds, and you are claiming the use of state funds, but I'm not seeing any accountability for those state funds that you use. So can you please account for that state funds that you use, sir? You see, brothers and sisters, local content can't just be what somebody thinks, you know. Local content means that wherever you are in Trinidad and Tobago, if there are projects going on, it must be legislated that the people in the community that those projects are going on, government projects and otherwise, 85% of the labor must come from the area, and in the case it had to come from Point Fortin. And in talking to one of my colleagues, Brother Sobers, him being a lawyer, he said to me, Brother Kezar, it is important that this be legislated, because right now we have local content somewhere in those state board manuals and things. At least we used to have it under the UNC. I don't know if they still have it under this administration. But that, you know what? Because people are dying and are clamoring for jobs, we have to make sure that when the UNC becomes the next government of Trinidad and Tobago, that is placed in legislation so that by law, all of the labor that comes from projects in the community are sanctioned, so that 85% of the labor from projects that in Point Fortin must come from the constituency of Point Fortin. I am not rejoicing over no dragon. No, I'm not doing that. You see, everything about this government is to try to make you feel that they are the opposition. Yeah? They talk like if they are in opposition, brothers and sisters. And they put on a narrative that they're trying to get back in government and they have to deal with the wicked UNC. Brothers and sisters, I hope that we don't fall for that and that we vote out this government on the 28th of April. And I make no apologies. You see, brothers and sisters, we as people who are seeing this thing in a particular way, we must be disciplined right now. We must make no mistakes that anyone could point any finger at us. We must not fall prey to their plans and their plots and to bait you and to make you respond to them in some kind of derogatory way. Hence the reason why I'm saying to my little brother, I forgive you and forgive you, for you know not what you do. We mustn't go down there, brothers and sisters. We must always be that rising sun that lights the way for Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters. This government. Three more things, Chairman. I must put in a plug because again we walk in. Do you know, only remember when the gentleman who used to be the Minister of Finance said Internet for all? Only remember that? Internet for all. Well, we can't see that now. That didn't happen. But there's a place right in Point Fortin here in North Trace, a fairly large community. And in North Trace right now, people have to be petitioning Amplia just to get internet in this day and age. So that I hope that after this plea that I make here, the people of Amplia, the different authorities will be able to fix that. Because internet has become just as critical right now as electricity and water. That's the way how the world is. That's one. And secondly, I'm not going to go in as to how we will do this, because as the former speaker said, this is not no fly-by-night thing. We have sat down and properly well planned this. There are 7 different aspects of our manifesto. We call them manifestos, where you could see healthcare, criminal justice system, the labor agenda, education, and so on. It's all there for you to see. But you see, brothers and sisters, the other group, when they mount the platform, they're only responding to what we have already written. Only realize that. They're only responding. I have not heard any new or any progressive plans to improve your lives as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago from that group. Have you all heard any, brothers and sisters? The only group of people that is talking development and progress and putting people's lives first, putting people before politics, has been the United National Congress Coalition of Interests. All I've heard is a set of responses. And you know what that says to me, brothers and sisters? In Point Fortin, and I feel so proud. You see them young people that follow in this campaign, all they big up all themselves now. Big up to them youth and them man. It is because of your input in this campaign that my little brother and his team, they seem to be under some pressure. That is why they're stooping so low to personal attacks that is very inaccurate, you know? We seem to be affecting them, brothers and sisters. And you see, that is why I want to come back to my final point here. You know, I could talk about mosquito crack, you know? Yeah? I could talk about mosquito crack, that the part of the mosquito creek collapsed, and up to now they can't fix it. I understand that's about 2 days ago. You're seeing all kind of crane and truck and all trying to fix it. After 10 years, they can't fix it. Yes? You're seeing people trying to patch up road. And you see, brothers and sisters, we have to say away with that kind of politics, boy. Fire burn that type of politics, boy. Fire burn that boy. Because you see, we can't be more vexed than smart, brothers and sisters. That's a term that my President General always say. Because when they ask us, oh, are they going back with them? And are they going back? Are they going back with them? Who is them? Who are you talking about? Brothers and sisters, they would have liked very much. Ah boy. Ah boy. Ah boy. They would have liked very much, brothers and sisters, for we to fold we arms and be angry and say, we're not going with none of them, nah? And to have these people come back in power to further continue to brutalize the trade union movement and to brutalize labor. But no, we can't be more vexed than smart. The trade union movement know exactly what we are doing. And you see, because of that, let me make my final point before I get a next note. And my final point is this. This is my advice to Point Fortin, my advice to Labre, my advice to this entire campaign, which is very simple. We have to be disciplined. We have to be organized. We have to make sure our machinery is well oiled and well running. And come the 28th of April, we must go out and vote early and vote them out. 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 Vote them. Let us not succumb to racism. And I stand on this platform and I condemn every single attempt by anyone to spur any forms of racism on our campaign or even on the next campaign. I condemn anyone who is attempting to spur any seeds of violence and misinformation. We condemn that, brothers and sisters. We are going to win this election fair and square, because when UNC win, everybody win. When UNC win, everybody win. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Forward never, backward never. Forward never, backward never. Thank you.
Everybody!